Hello, YouTube, and welcome to session 0 of One Night in Mansfield, a World of Darkness themed and mechanics game. As opposed to D&D, where, everyone gets to play all these fantasy races like human, dwarf, elf, whatnot, but mostly humans, since that's number one choice. Everyone's stuck being humans. All of them. Nothing interesting. In the world of darkness, it is much like a mirror of our own world, where the nights are longer, there are more gargoyles on the rooftops, and the shadows reach just a little bit further. We are also introducing tonight three new players to our group, but we of course have Zarek playing Remy, and we'll start with him. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Remy.
Hey guys, I'm playing Remy. I am a casino owner that is a little crooked, and I have very shady ulterior motives with what I plan to do with the city.
All right, next we have Red Rose, and I'm not going to bother with the numbers, but she is playing Rowan Hydrania Ren, and that's the only time I'm going to say that entirely on the stream.
It's Rose Red, not Red Rose, Jared.
For shame.
Jared, why would you do this?
Introduce your character.
Rowan is a book and tea shop owner with her cat Grimalkin, and she, of course, named her little shop Grimalkin's Book and Tea. She's mostly a researcher who just wants to be left alone to do her research.
And
And she hears voices.
I'm going to do a little bit of reorganizing here. We're going to next go over with Clayton Carmine. That is being played by, you'll know him from our other game as Vercon. I can never pronounce his username though, so.
Not a problem. Clayton Carmine is a contractor who has ended up keeping up travels, and most of his income comes from fixing stuff up or often hunting on his own for his own food.
Okay. And now for our two new players, we have joining us for probably the first time in an online game, Mirabot playing as Sophia uh, Ivan Ivanov.
Ivanov.
Yep, Sophia Ivanov. Oh, hey, look, Graven's in the background, just staring at us. Anyway, Sophia Ivanov, why don't you introduce yourself?
So I'm playing Sophia Ivanov, a painter from Cleveland who is on a nice, lovely vacation to Mansfield.
You guys probably could hear the quotation marks. Yes, it is a vacation. And finally, we have DM Potato joining us as Francis Volo.
Hooray.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, Francis.
Hi, I'm Francis Volo. I drive a delivery van for a living. I like to do art in my free time, mostly video game art, because I like them video games a bit too much.
Okay. Now we're just going to go over their character sheets in a little more details, go over some of the flaws and whatnot, starting with Remy. So, just a couple small things. Remy, you have a few pips in occult. Why don't you tell me about that?
Which one's it called again?
It's a knowledge. You have 3 pips in it. Well, 2 pips.
I don't remember what it is.
Occult is knowledge of the unknown, stuff you wouldn't actually learn in most schools unless you were taking study into uh, mythology and that sort of thing. And even then, you really want to get the stuff that occult can teach you.
Oh, my family is very is from Louisiana, so we're very into voodoo and black magic. And our knowledge has been passed down through diaries dated way back to early 1800s, even before the Salem witch trials, of all the voodoo and black magics that my character has studied. He went to college and he learned about all the mythology and tried to tie that into what he knows growing up down in the swamps. And he just tries to apply that to everything and his outlook on life.
Would your character know of the entity known as Baron Smeddy?
Possibly, maybe under a different name.
Oh, no. Baron Smeddy only goes by
Oh,
Baron
oh,
Smeddy.
probably.
I would actually look into Baron Smeddy for your character just to get a bit of an idea because you can't be in Louisiana voodoo without hearing about the Baron.
Baron Samedi?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know who Baron Samedi is.
I don't know if that'll actually tie in Mansfield, but
Probably not.
oh yeah, for those of you who aren't from Central Ohio, like myself and Zarek, Mansfield is literally the halfway point between Cleveland and Columbus. So, kind of that middle ground that nobody likes to think about. The only place people don't want to think about more than Mansfield is Shelby.
Hey.
Am I
You're right,
wrong?
though. You're right.
Also, you have a 4 points in the no, 3 points in the Arsenal background. What does that actually look like?
Basically, I have quite a variety of pistols. I have a couple hunting rifles. My preferred type of choice is a AR-15. I have quite a few varieties of those, but it's just mostly pistols in my AR-15s.
Okay. Any particular way that you had acquired this? How long did it take you to make that collection?
Some of the pistols were family oriented. I was handed them as rites of passage to manhood or birthday presents, etc., etc. But once my casino got established in Mansfield, it didn't take long for me to start buying and accumulating all of the guns. It maybe took about a year or two.
Okay, and I take it you're paying for that casino with that 4 points in resources you have?
I am.
Okay. We'll quickly turn on some lighter music. Oh wow, I did not go through enough of the music. I think this is a pretty light song.
There was a cat behind me. She saw the camera and decided to leave.
Yeah, oh, I should have actually used the song that was good for you.
Oh.
No, just for him. So we'll go back to the song that he particularly likes. So you have natural linguist on sheet. Did you take up any specific other languages? Well,
Italian. I know Italian.
It should be noted that the natural linguist merit does not give you more languages, it just allows you to understand them better.
Oh. Well, with my various lines of work and people through the casino, that's how I've acquired it over the years.
Okay, so you just kind of picked up, and you had that 3-point retainer act kind of more like a translator for you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Rosetta Stone up in here?
What?
Never mind, I was making a joke.
Okay, totally didn't get that. And you keep that retainer with that debt of gratitude. Moving over to your flaws for just a moment, that enemy, how'd that work out?
So basically, hold on, I have a grandfather clock in the background. Basically, through my various lines of work, I've made quite a few enemies. One in particular, I don't know much about them. All I know is whenever something wrong comes into play, it's always the same calling card or same way of getting screwed up, either the same way people die or, something's left behind.
What's the calling card, do you think?
anytime I would always assume it's a card with a skull on it, like a tarot card. Like on like a very important person, say like one of my higher up people that I had working for me, or an important person I had close relations to. There was always this tarot card with a skull on it, and I always assumed it was them.
The death skull? The death
Yeah.
card?
Yeah.
Okay, that gives you... That's a pretty good understanding of some of the ins and outs on your characters. Who of the rest of you are totally now anxious for me to get to your character on this sort of thing?
Who pick me?
Well, I'm just going to go down the same line I already did. So
So I guess that means me next.
yep, Rowan, you are up
Lovely.
next.
Alright, so what do you need?
Well, we're going to start with the fact that you have 4 points in firearms. How? Why?
Needs to protect herself and her shop. She's a woman living alone.
Mansfield's not notably that violent. Where'd you pick up this skill with firearms? Because you could make a living with just shooting.
Well, she may have been in a couple of competitions once or twice, but never really found them entertaining. And she picked them up on where she lived previously. Which is, once again, not that dangerous of a place, but at the same time, woman living alone, this day and age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything, like, you really have you're really knowledgeable, which makes sense for your character.
Yep.
It's interesting that you chose awareness to have 2 points in awareness and none in alertness. What led you on that one?
She's, well, what's the difference between alertness and awareness again?
Alertness is when you just the perception of the natural world around you. Awareness is when things get a little fucky. You know, supernatural stuff starts happening.
I guess she's a little more perceptive on those things and doesn't really be perceptive, especially towards people.
So she tends to try and focus a little more on what's going on supernaturally, with the potential of supernatural, that she kind of overlooks what's actually there.
It's basically because she doesn't care.
Okay.
The only thing she cares about is her cat and her shop.
Alright.
As long as those things are safe, hang the rest.
Okay. We're going to move down to backgrounds. You have... And we're going to start with actually what is the most interesting ones. Like, you chose some really interesting backgrounds for this character. Finance, occult, resources, and health. We're going to actually go into the occult. How does that 3 points of occult look to your character?
Well, it benefits her research greatly, and both of her friends are actually of a different religion. Or she herself is not really religious at all. It's something that intrigues her, that plays with her mind, and is something that no one else really looks into, so she feels like there's going to be more there than what is realized.
Okay. Next, I'm just going to go down the list. Next being resources. Like, you have 4 points in that. How did you accumulate that wealth?
Saving, lots of antiquing and whatnot. Not really that for all the extra fancy stuff. I mean, she likes decently fancy stuff, but an older variety of it. She doesn't really like modern.
Oh, we're going to go back to Remy for a second, because important note that I meant to ask you. How old are you? Jacob. Remy. Zarek. We'll get back to you. So, you go ahead, Rowan. How old is your character?
She's 23, 24.
Okay, so that is a lot of money to have at 24 years old.
She started working when she was in high school.
No inheritance, nothing like that happened?
Well, orphan. Inheritance. Fire. Fun.
So Baudelaire twin orphan sort of situation going on.
Pretty much. And most definitely similar to the elder two children. especially the boy whose name I'm currently forgetting.
Klaus.
But Klaus, but she does something similar to Violet, I believe the name is, where when she's getting serious, she puts her hair up.
Okay. And then finally in the background's 3 points in health. I mean, that's...
I'm running a tea shop and I have a cat.
So you use that mainly to get through with the health inspector
Mostly.
and kind of cover up if someone has a cat allergy
Yeah.
that didn't know you had a cat.
Yeah, I mean, she does have it said, she does have a little note outside that says, please do not let the cat out. So it is there. She has a cat. Otherwise, that sign would not be there.
Okay, but are we talking like you have a friend in the office of the health inspector, or...
A friend. She's got a decent acquaintance with this person that they go out for drinks every now and again.
Okay. So we're going to move down into... Well, in your notes you already have a whole bunch of stuff.
I think things and then
Yeah.
note them down in
Like-
weird ways.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah, with your craft you took bookbinding.
Yep.
We'll see if that comes up. Cannot promise.
Well, all of her notebooks and stuff, she binds them herself.
Okay. So the last thing I want to go over before moving on, well, checking to see if Remy's back and then moving on to Clayton. You took the flaw hunted. How'd you figure out you were hunted?
At one point in time, with where she used to live, she went out with her hard copies of her notes and whatnot for her research to a library. Hung out there for hours and hours and hours to the point that the librarians were concerned about her with how long she had been there. And eventually she went home, and due to her eidetic memory, she noticed certain things were out of place and that her hard drive had been entirely wiped and she lost some family photos. Not all of them, but some. And so she's like, something's not right. Something in the back of her head said, something's wrong. Leave now. Pack up, go. Something's wrong.
And where were you at that time?
She was in Carlisle. She would have been in one of the apartments, probably on the main street near the Y.
Okay. And you had no information as to what it was that got in?
No idea who or what, but something in the back of her head said, okay, things are out of place. Things are definitely out of place. Your hard drive's wiped. Something's wrong.
Was it something in your head, or was it something you think is in your head? Because you took the merit medium, but you
Yeah, and
don't know that you're a medium, do you?
Exactly. So that's why I'm thinking, well, I personally, as Rose, think that it may have been someone who was in her house. Like maybe her parents are haunting her or something. And they said, we saw everything, leave!
So, a note for the audience with these PCs, when they took a supernatural flaw, one of the requirements is that they didn't know the exact nature of the flaw. Because,
Hence why I hear voices.
so or merit or flaw, so, you know, normally in a Vampire the Masquerade game, if you took the flaw hunted, you have an idea of what's hunting you. If you take the merit medium, you know you're a medium. They don't. Like, when did Rowan realize she was when did Rowan start hearing voices?
She started hearing the voices at a very young age. Like, I'm talking like 5-6 years old.
Okay, so they're your imaginary friends that never left.
Yeah, for a long time there, they were imaginary friends, and then she grew older, got teased for it, so she just stopped talking to them altogether, but she still hears them. She just chooses to ignore them, except when they occasionally give her decent advice, but she views it as her own subconscious.
Or takes your hands and whisper, run.
Exactly.
Alright, so... Zarek, are you back? Yes, not?
Yes.
How old is your character?
24.
Okay, we got another very young character to have a lot of wealth. How?
My grandma died. Grandma Odie.
Inheritance.
Grandma Odie.
Seriously.
Yes.
Wow, we have
Seriously.
some
References.
yes. I forget what the term is and internet if they decide to comment, which please comment. I want to hear them.
Props to any of you who know who Grandma Odie is.
Right.
Props.
Trust fund babies. We got a couple trust fund babies over here.
Not by choice on
So-
my part.
We're going to move over to Clayton Carmine. And we're going to start you off with the first basic question. How old are you?
Well, I'd say he's about 42.
Okay. So you're the old man at the party.
I missed that. How old did he say he was?
42.
Well, it seems he knows the answers to life, the universe, and everything.
I mean, yeah.
Actually, completely not my intention.
I know that wasn't your intention, so we'll go over your sheet. So, I already noticed you have 4 points in craft. Did you settle on woodworking for that?
I was figuring architecture would be the major.
Okay. Could be useful if you're scoping out a building. You have also 4 points in survival. No, that's 3 points, so never mind. But 4 points in athletics. How'd you get to that state of athletics?
Well, as he was, and he was always into multiple athletics. So he wasn't physically strong, but he was able to run fast and keep up. So he'd do things like track. So he used and he also practiced with a bow a lot and managed to continue to keep up with the same pattern even after getting out of everything.
Let me pause you right there for a moment, because the person I just waved at that was in Rose's screen, that is one of my inspirations for storytelling, and yes, you can let him know that. That part of the reason I started taking up storytelling is because I listened to him tell stories.
My stepdad is term would be a bard. He tells a lot of Indian folk tales, and I'm talking the Indians in India, not the Native Americans.
It's part of medieval reenactment group, but he's part of the reason he is honestly part of the reason why I started telling stories of my own.
It's also thanks to him that Jairad and I even met.
I mean, true story. But that would be more thanks to him and my mother. So we're just going to go down here. You have 4 points in resources and 2 in finance. I take it that's just you and 2 in industry. So do you run your own business?
He's one of the main workers of the group, and he uses his influence to get him to move other places when he starts feeling unsafe.
Okay, so you work for a contracting company like Team Fishhole, and high enough up there you can kind of poke someone in the upper management and say, hey, I need to move.
Yes, I also sent you a message about a bit of the background if you want to confirm and deny any.
I was actually going to end up going into that next. You don't need to go into as much detail as you had given to me, but yeah, let's move down to your merits and flaws. You took cat-like balance, which probably goes with your athletics and dexterity. But I'm going to want to touch at least a little bit on all 3 of the flaws you took: Nightmare, Dark Secret, and Dark Fate. Because they all kind of tie together as one piece, don't they?
Yes.
So how would your Dark Secret, if revealed, drop your standing with the other players or the people in your community?
Well, since it does involve a death and his knowledge of it, he could easily see it as everyone being fallen to him, as he did not do anything to help or make sure things were going right. It feels like where the person that died was alive when he actually had gotten badly hurt, and only found out later that he was alive and then killed later or died later.
All right. So I'm looking at what you just sent me, and it said that a spirit told you. Like, how did you know what that was? As you are the only player with World of Darkness experience, aside from myself, I did give you some meta knowledge. But still, like, how did your character know what this spirit was? Oh, and I never started the music.
I was basing on it sounding and speaking exactly like the person who was his coworker who had died, and even poking information about him. So he's assuming it was.
Okay. Yeah, and as said, is LR, I'll get it one day, but he's played World of Darkness before, so he might slap me on the wrist occasionally when I get the mechanics wrong.
Probably less than you'll slap me on the wrist, because I'm not fresh on the knowledge.
That's fair, that's fair. But yeah, basically he has the most meta knowledge about what's going on, and he doesn't know what the plot is. Because that's the entire plot, is to figure out what the plot is.
But I wants to know.
Nope, you don't get to. Okay, and with this song, we are going to continue on over to... I believe we hit... Francis next?
Okay.
Alright, so Francis Volo, you took Crafts 5, which is the pinnacle. How old is your character before we get into more details, though?
He is 30.
30? Okay. How'd you get to this level of what is seen as human mastery of your art, which is pixel art?
He spent way too much damn time huddled up with his computer in the dark, just zooming in on the thing, just doing so many darn pixels. He just spent a good couple of years of his life now just huddled up in his dark closet with his computer, making the art to the point of obsession for a while there.
And I take it that also he did perla beads too, just kind of as an extension of that.
Yeah, so he could. Yeah, he has.
When the power's out and he couldn't make bills, but he had all these stupid things. Might as well perla beads.
Yeah, in fact, he has a tote of sprites he's made just in his van, just in case somebody wants to check him out. He likes to show off.
Okay, yeah, and I see that with your fame being level 2, you're known throughout the city for being if you want a perla bead done, go to this guy.
Hell yeah.
But unfortunately, not a lot of people want perla bead stuff done, so you mostly make your money off. You mostly make your money off doing your delivery truck stuff.
I do.
Okay.
Make good money.
So the actual questions I want to get into, demolitions. Where does that get from?
Grandpa liked to help me. Well, he liked to take me out to the creek and blow up some fish.
The creek or the lake? Were you doing explosive fishing?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's very efficient.
And I take it that's where it also wraps into survival, because you think that explosive fishing is a good way to go fishing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Performance though. Like, we got that down. You're a decent singer, right?
Yeah, every once in a while he's been known to hit up a karaoke bar and just have a nice time.
Righteous. Moving down, yeah, we said that you have fame too, which is kind of city-wide fame. And you are known for doing these perler beads and pixel art. Would you know Sophia? Like, would you expect her to know who you are?
I'd be insulted if she didn't.
I mean, she's known throughout the state. So, resource 4 though. Let's just touch on that. You have 4 points in resources. You can basically live in a nicer part of Mansfield, you know, have your own place. What do you deliver that gives you 4 points in resources?
Whatever people want, I don't ask questions.
Okay, so you kind of do some shady dealing, is what you're saying.
Yep. Every once in a while, someone just like, take this load to this warehouse. Don't say anything stupid. I know good enough not to say anything stupid.
So you're like the transporter.
Sure.
I noticed though that you don't have like police influence to, you know, if you get pulled over, they don't look too closely in the back of your truck.
Well, I drive very carefully, sir.
Instead, you took occult influence. What's that look like?
Well, I studied some weird stuff in college, you know. And they like it.
Yeah, your academics was in mythology. But having, you know, occult 3 means you're in with the local occult, and this is also to Rose. Do you two know each other because of occult, your common circle of occult?
There could be a possibility that he's often come to my bookshop and has gotten a couple things from me, and we've discussed things.
Maybe dropped a few things off, maybe picked a few things up.
Yeah, that's true. He may have picked up and delivered some books for me, or at some point I ordered some books and he delivered. I knew he was a delivery person, and we had because of our talks. That makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Okay. But another thing I noticed is you don't have, like, underworld influence or street influence, so how do you know who to go to for these deals?
Do
you mainly transport stuff around for the occult? That could be a thing.
Yeah, I can do that. Transport stuff around for occult peoples.
You know, the rich Ponzi occult people who have the money to spend on useless junk and pay you off to not ask questions.
Yeah, like...
Leave me in my mason jars alone.
No, we're talking richer than you. You don't have the money to pay him the full points of resources.
I was actually speaking in real life. Leave me in my mason jars alone.
Yeah, they just sometimes people just like load up a painting in the back of my van and they say, "Don't look at it, you'll go crazy." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, fine, whatever." Okay. And I just deliver that places.
My man.
What was that? I missed that.
So, we'll move down to your merits and flaws. Your code of honor. I have been really curious. What have you worked out for that code of honor?
I'm curious of that myself.
I could make a suggestion.
Please, I'm stuck on this one.
Have you ever heard of the Arthurian Old Code?
Yes.
There you go. Just pull from Dragonheart. Follow the Old Code.
A knight is sworn to valor.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you know this reference.
So, normally a code of honor would be a way to help you suppress your beast because you have another thing that you can use to keep it down. But in this case, I would expect you to look up this Arthurian code.
I can actually send him a picture that I have of it.
Send it to me too, because he's going to have to live by that. To keep this merit, you have to live by that.
Woohoo.
And that's a rule. Because you will get perks by it though. Like, you will be known. Part of your fame, not only for being great Perler Bead, great pixel art, and a transporter, you will also be known that your word is your word, which means background and influences, those are going to come a little easier because the people in the city know you're good for your word. Or
Mm-hmm.
know you're good for this code of honor, however that plays out for you. So while mechanically in this game it doesn't have a written mechanic, I'm going to say that it has a very soft mechanic with influences. Okay, but let's move
Okay.
over to your flaws, because they're laid out there. It's all pretty much one thing. And I'm just going to mention the one, light sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure that plays into the other two, right?
Yeah.
So, like, how bad did your light sensitivity get? When did it start happening, and how have you worked to deal with it?
All right, I have put the picture in the general chat.
Thank you.
Well, his time spent perfecting his craft kind of took its toll on his eyesight a little bit. He doesn't like bright lights at all, or or natural light in general. But yeah, that's about it.
But I mean, this goes beyond it, because I guess I'm going to have to touch on it. You have photophobia.
Mm-hmm.
Is that stemmed off your light sensitivity, or is that...
Yeah, I guess it would, since it kind of makes him just bright lights in general just give him massive migraines. So it's pretty. He
But you're
tries to
also
avoid it if all possible.
But you're also a transporter. You do a lot of driving around, and
I
I don't
wear
know
my
if you've done some
sunglasses at
driving in
night.
Ohio before, but people are notorious for keeping their brights on.
Yep.
And does the Dark Secret play into those two, though?
It could.
Or did you have something else in mind? Because if you have something else in mind, I won't need you to go over it on the stream like this. But just shoot me a quick wave on what it is later.
Okay.
I do want everyone to know, none of this is actually written in stone. If tonight you feel like you don't like how something turned out, we can change it.
Oh, good.
Like, we'll be malleable in that sense. So we're going to wrap this up with Sophia Ivanov. She already had a downtime scene off camera that just to get her into the idea of her character and help her out. How'd that go for you?
I don't know, it went pretty well. Well, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have also decided that you want to be one of the more autistic types, right?
Yeah.
You have 3 crafts, which is in painting. What style?
Looked it up. I believe it was Neo-Gothic. It's basically Alexis Rockman with less scientific accuracy.
I like it. Another thing I noticed, you have 3 points in demolitions.
Yes.
How does that play into your character?
Well, when growing up, my dad, he was single and, just me and him. He had to make money. He worked construction. Didn't often have a babysitter, so what are you gonna do?
Have the baby in open demo size. That's Dad of the Year award right there. Let's raise a toast to the Dad of the Year.
I can hear OSHA screaming from here.
Surprisingly, you also don't have anything in alertness. Which,
No.
given that background, is very surprising. were you very observant when you were a kid, and now that you're not near construction all the time, you're like, I don't care.
I've got nothing to worry about anymore.
You've lived near explosives. You're not in explosives anymore. But do you use some of that demolition with how you do your paintings? Like, I know you said you were neo-Gothic,
Mm-hmm.
but there is room for, like, oddly enough, there's room for bottle rockets and red paint.
Oh my god.
Just think about that. Is that something your character would do?
Probably.
You also took as many points in performance.
Mhm.
What is your performance? Did you?
Stage presence.
Okay, we didn't have that noticed. Which that one will be an interesting one for you to see. Like, how do you perform a stage presence? How does your character perform it?
Well, a lot of it takes place, like, I open a lot of galleries, I see a lot of people, I talk to a lot of people. Art is not just me sitting in a lone room painting all the time.
Okay. Yeah, I feel this song for you. Let me stop it for a second because I'm getting a repeat. There we go. Yeah, I feel this song for you. Alright. Okay, so... Yeah, so you use that to help open and lead galleries.
Mhm.
Now, you also have 3 points in occult. Where'd you learn this occult stuff?
I hang around with eccentrics and rich people. They're bound to get into something weird.
So
And I don't want to be left out.
Okay, so you might have at one point or another called Francis, said, hey, or been a dropper Francis.
It's possible.
Without knowing it.
Mhm.
Okay. And another one I want to touch on is your subterfuge. Like, I know you're a performer and whatnot, but like, how does subterfuge actually play into your character? Did you steal credit from someone's artwork for a little while until you got your own feet onto you?
Oh,
Like, where'd you learn this art is what I'm asking.
oh gosh. That's one I forgot about. Can I get back to you on that one?
Sure, we can cycle back to that. So we'll move down to your backgrounds.
Okay.
The starting one we're going to touch on, fame and high society, both of them at level 4. Quite clearly, you are a famous painter, but is it just your paintings that note the work, or is it also that stage presence that you bring to any gallery that you open for?
Well, definitely. I know a lot of people and I know how to talk to people.
Okay. Yeah, with contacts, you have 3 points in that, minor contacts. So you're like an Instagram hoe, an Insta hoe.
Yeah.
And also on Facebook a lot, right? Okay. And you use your craft and your performance and just basically your name is honestly what you try to sell the most, isn't it?
Yeah, you gotta have a brand.
So, and that's how you get your money, is because you sell your name, as it were?
Yep, my name and my art.
Okay. You had mentioned that your character is from Cleveland, right? And that they're just taking a vacation down to Mansfield. Why Mansfield?
Well, my friend just said they had a little place we could stay at. She didn't quite say where. Very unfortunate. I think her parents own it.
So you're not actually paying rent on this place?
No,
You're just
no.
crashing at your friend's parents' place? What sort of friend is this?
We hang out together. We go to parties together.
Is
We're on
it,
Instagram together.
I mean, is it like a superficial friend? Is it someone that you sell your brand with and you like being seen with?
It's a bit more than a superficial friend. Probably hang out a little bit in private. Not like as
Private.
much.
Private.
Hmm?
Private.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's legit. That's legit. And yeah, so, I mean, really, finally, the Flaw Ghost Man, which you're haunted.
Yeah.
But, as you say, as your character would probably say, you just had bad luck, you know? You walk by a rather expensive looking vase and it just breaks. You don't know how. That sort of thing?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty recent thing. It's weird.
Okay. And how old is your character? I know it's rude.
28.
28? Okay. I know it's rude to ask a lady her age, but it's pertinent. Would your character consider themselves a trust fund baby? And are they actually a trust fund baby or not?
No, I made my own money. I came from a single dad.
A lot of broken up families here. Like, we got a died grandma, died parents. Clayton's 42, so his grandparents are probably about somewhere.
You leave Grandma Odie out of this.
Francis, yeah, Francis, we hadn't asked you about your parents because it hadn't come up. But tell me about your parents.
They're fine. They think I should get a real job, though.
Even though you're able to pay for their summer holidays to the Bahamas.
Yeah, they shut up real quick after that happened.
And then, of course, we have single parent household again. Alright, so, is there anything else anyone feels like should be noted about their character? Any bridges you guys want to build right off the bat?
I will go John Wick on anyone, but who?
Okay, so while Rose did go Transformer on us, she basically said she'll kill anyone who messes with her cat.
Duly noted.
Remy, is there any character, anyone you would like your character to know before entering the scene?
Nah, I don't care. Surprise me.
Well, I mean, of course you're going to... How long have you been in Mansfield?
About 6 years or so at this point.
Okay, so you would know of Francis.
Okay.
And how long have you been in Ohio?
About 10 years.
Okay, so you would also know about this upcoming and really just hit the high track fast. Sophia, you know both of these names.
Okay.
Like, you might not necessarily know them yourself, but you've heard of them. Rowan, how long has your bookshop been open?
I'd say she moved here about maybe 2 years ago.
So it's still kind of in that newly open, still trying to find its niche.
Yeah, it's newly opened, but it was an older building, so
Okay.
people knew the building.
Remy, would you have at one point, knowingly or not, hired Francis to carry some of your arsenal in and out of town?
Nah, I wouldn't pay attention.
So there's a chance you just don't know.
Possibly.
Okay. Francis, no, I don't even need to ask you that question. You just take the crate and don't ask questions.
Typically.
But you're okay with establishing a link between yourself and Rowan?
Yes.
Okay.
Friend.
Yay.
Clayton, actually. Let's move over to you for a second.
He is not here at the moment. He is currently powdering his nose.
Okay, so we'll go back over to Mira. So last night your character was given the list of all the players' names to look into
Mhm.
from her new friend.
Yeah.
How many of the names do you want your character to recognize? Because you're pretty much fresh faced to Mansfield.
Right.
You've maybe been in here for a month.
Okay. I would say probably the bookstore owner from the bookstore,
Okay.
and probably the other artist from Instagram, vaguely.
Okay, so that makes sense how you would know Francis. How did you bump into Rowan?
It's a small town.
Small town? I mean, Mansfield, we're not just working in the Mansfield, I'm opening it up to Mansfield, Ontario, Shelby, Lexington, and if you really want, Augsburg. I'm
I
opening.
know none of these places.
It's
Yeah!
crazy in here.
Ha! The fools.
He is returned.
Ultimately, though, if you guys want to make a trip down to Columbus, I mean, be a pain in my ass and I have to stop the session there. No, but I could run a trip down to Columbus.
I'm working on the teleporter. We'll see what happens.
No,
Don't worry.
you have to have someone that drives. And speaking of which, Francis, I think you're the only one that took a drive. Yeah, you're the only one that took a pip and drive.
Hooray!
Great. So
We're going to Columbus.
there's only one person among us who can actually really drive. The rest of us are just like,
I have a butler. Why would I need a driver?
Everybody, get in the van, losers. We're going to Columbus.
I can walk most places, so
I'd like to see you walk to Columbus. No, Mansfield is big
No.
enough that just walking is not really feasible. You guys all have enough resource to you guys can have a car. And even though you guys didn't take a point in it, you can drive an automatic vehicle. He can
that's
drive
always
stick.
good. I just can't drive a stick shift.
Yeah,
Woohoo.
Francis can drive stick. He can drive a bike.
Lucky him.
Okay, so Clayton. Did we lose him again?
No, he's here. He just wasn't paying attention because there was a cat singing.
A very loud cat.
That's fair. How long have you been in Mansfield on this latest stint?
Based on the original plan, I need to figure out, well, about how big of a reconstruction was the.
Excuse me. Well, they were doing a small renovation project on the Ohio Reformatory. You could have been part of that. Or they were rebuilding the Richland Bank on High Street on Park Avenue West in Maine, which you could have also been working on. There was another building that has become the City Commerce Building on Main Street. Like, there's plenty of construction going on. You could have been working on the Richland Mall out in Ontario.
Alright, so I'd say I'd probably been in for about, let's say, a month and a half at this point.
Okay,
working.
I actually have a project that you could have been working on. A new casino was just opened up and commissioned on Lexington Spring Mill and Logan Road. And for those of you wondering, yes, I have intimate knowledge of Mansfield because I used to live there.
My deep condolences.
So there is actually a casino opening up there. You could be working for Remy.
Well, it's a good thing I trust in my craft.
Remy, how do you feel about that?
Pretty good.
Alright, so we got some interconnections going on. So we're going to start with this semi-canon game. And what I mean by semi-canon is that the actual setting is not going to be canon to the story. Well, we're going to start with Brandenburg Concerto. So the setting won't be canon and whatnot, but the interaction between players, I am going to say, is canon. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, at the bookstore, I'm still trying to think of a good location for it, so we'll get back to you on that.
Cool.
But you're hosting a sort of poker night, in which several people of the town have come, including these 5 individuals. At whatever range. I'm assuming, Rowan, you're there first?
Aren't I the one hosting?
Exactly.
So, yes, I would be there first. I'd be making sure that there's tea and snacks for everyone, including the little mini finger sandwiches. As well as making sure that Grimalkin is still in his favorite spot atop the bookshelves.
Okay, and players, you can come in whenever you want. I'm going to lower down the background music. Yeah, just have the music. So, who's going to be the second person there? Someone volunteer, or I'm going to start rolling dice, and you won't like what happens next.
Francis!
Francis appears.
Okay, good. Francis, you come up to the coffee shop. Actually, I figured out a location is also going to be on Main Street. You see that building that has the neon light in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be where we're going to set the coffee shop.
What a nice location.
That is nice.
Okay, so go ahead. Francis, you come
Right.
up to... You know that this poker night is happening at this coffee shop. What time is it when you arrive? Also, when was the night starting?
Night would have been starting around, I'd say.
Okay, cut out there for a second. I couldn't hear what the time
5.
was. 5. All right. Francis will show up like 6ish. He just shows up with his. He's got really dark sunglasses that he refuses to take off. Ever. He has special eyes. All right, so I'm coming in to do some poker. How do I poker?
We're not actually going to be doing much dice rolling for poker, but I mean,
Aw.
Rowan's there checking on the hors d'oeuvres. You want to say hi to your friend?
Oh yeah. Hey, Rowan.
Oh, hi, Francis.
How's the cat?
He's been fine. Had to take a vet visit a while back.
Oh, did he behave this time?
Does he ever?
Not in my recollection.
Exactly. Went and bit the vet this time.
How rude.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? You broke out.
How rude.
Yeah, he doesn't like those visits. He needed it. So how have you been?
Oh, I've been just fine. Just got done with the run. They paid real well.
Well, I'm figuring on ordering some more books soon, so I'll probably be seeing you then.
Oh, fantastic.
Speaking of which, I recently picked up something you might be interested in.
Oh?
Yeah, it's not really about the occult, but it does have a nice fantasy series to it.
Oh, do tell.
It's called The Dresden Files.
Out of Character is my favorite book series.
Fuck you.
Oh yeah, what's it about?
It's simple. It's about a wizard for hire, and the first book is quite eventful. It somehow ends up in the middle of the street with a toad and some lightning.
Well, sounds like a typical Saturday in Mansfield, huh?
Mhm.
Whoever wants to show up next, just announce yourself.
Eeny, meeny, miny.
I have a D3, people. Do not try me.
Well, I
Alright.
suppose Clayton will pop.
Okay. So Clayton, how did you hear about this game night tonight? Like, did you know Rowan?
Yes, from a previous renovation for kitchen. Yeah. So a previous renovation on the kitchen another time I was around.
Okay. So yeah, Clayton, you walk in. About what time?
I'd say probably about maybe 20 minutes after
Okay.
Francis.
So Francis, you had time to look around the book, say hi to the cat, standard stuff.
Who's a good kitty?
I wish to state that Grimalkin does indeed like Francis.
Okay.
Oh.
So Rowan, you staying near the doors?
Generally, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you see, a former business partner of yours walk in.
Oh, Mr. Carmine. How nice to see you again.
You too, Miss Wren.
Hey, stop talking off camera.
I couldn't hear him, and I have him muted in the chat, and it's difficult.
Push to talk. Push to talk.
That's what we're doing.
Okay. But anyway, he was just saying hello.
Okay. There, I have now unmuted him in the chat. We'll see what happens.
I'll repeat. And you too, Miss Wren.
How have you been?
Busy. I've been working on a casino lately.
Oh yeah, I heard there's a new casino opening up.
I've been back for about a month and a half. Not too long late.
How's that building coming along?
Good so far. Hopefully it stays steady.
Well, won't be catching me there. Not much of a gambler myself. I just thought that poker would be intriguing.
That's definitely a good way to relax.
That's true. Please, come in. Try some of the hors d'oeuvres. Made some of the sandwiches myself.
I think. He goes in, starts browsing. All the while, he always seems to have one hand fidgeting with something.
So anyone currently in the room can make a perception alertness roll on that one. Difficulty 6. If you do not have the ability alertness, it actually goes up by a point. So it would be, for you, Rowan, it will be difficulty 7.
So how would one do this?
So you go down underneath the advantages, You see conviction, willpower, weaknesses, and then dice pools.
Yeah.
Under the header that says attribute, you would put the attribute you want. So perception.
Okay.
Ability. You find the ability you want. Alertness.
Okay.
And you press the dice next to it. It will ask you for a dice pool modifier. Leave that at 0.
Okay.
Then it's going to ask you for the... You hit submit to that, and then it asks for a difficulty. You want to replace yours with 7.
With 7?
Because you do not have alertness as a skill.
Okay.
Me neither.
Okay, cool. Okay, so...
I don't notice Jack.
You botch. It goes beyond you not noticing things. You actually, in this case, you kind of notice, but you think he might have lifted a small book off the shelf.
I don't mind.
No, like lifted and put into his pocket. Lifted.
Oh.
That you mind.
That I
Francis,
mind.
Francis, you will notice his hand is fidgeting with what mysterious object?
At the time being, it's actually a carpenter's pencil.
Yeah, so he's just kind of twirling around this carpet with a pencil in his hand, and to you it looks like he just pulled a book off my shelf. I haven't seen this guy in a year and a half, and he pulls a book off my shelf. Son of a bitch.
Actually, I wish to look at my bookshelves to see which book is missing.
So you're just going to kind of follow behind him, or are you going to be subtle about this, or just walk straight up like, sup, motherfucker?
Subtle. I want to look at the bookshelves that I think he may have pulled the book off of.
Alright. Are you trying to look at it over there, or are you going to go over and inspect it?
I'm gonna go over real quick and just sort of casually browse.
Okay, you have eidetic memory, so go ahead and give me wit and intuition, actually. Difficulty 6. Oh yeah, and
No
you can
pool
totally
mod?
name the dice pools if you want, I think.
Alright, so no pool mod.
No pool mod.
Difficulty.
6, because you do
Gotcha.
have intuition. Okay. Hey, cool. It actually does count the botch nowadays. That's neat. So you got 2 successes. Yeah, no, it's all intact. Everything's there.
Obviously, I'm seeing things again.
Okay. So, who wants to come in next?
Such a good kitty.
I have a
Purr,
D2 in my
purr.
hand.
I'll go.
Okay. Fashionably late. It has been at least half an hour. Well over. It's been an hour and a half since
Oh,
this
yeah.
has started.
Can't show up on time.
Okay, so you're over at the bookshelves when Sophia walks in, looking radiant as always.
Hello. Oh, I've seen you around before. This place is it yours?
Yes, and I must say you look relatively familiar.
Oh, it's so cute.
Twitch. Twitch. Like, her eye slightly twitches at that word.
It's so cute and quaint and adorable. I love it.
Yeah, the place is cute, but have you seen this cat?
That's fair.
You guys are connected through the occult group, remember?
Yes.
Well, no, I'm
Is there-
speaking Rowan and Sophia. Also, Sophia is known within the entire state as being an excellent neo-gothic painter. This
Doesn't mean I'm gonna give her the satisfaction.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm petty.
Sophia, you have stage presence. How do you want to handle this?
Oh, I'm just gonna ignore her. Actively ignore her.
Now remember, she is one of the people you were asked to look into.
I mean, I can look into her, not talk to her.
Okay.
Would you like something to eat or drink?
Oh, did you make all of this? It looks so nice. Oh, but I ate
made the
before I left.
sandwiches. All right. Well, I did
I'm going to have to
some
mute myself. This is a jolt.
the
This is
shortbreads from the shortbread cookies come from the neighboring bakery.
Oh,
The tea is all me though.
oh, wonderful. I'm just gonna look at the books, say hi to the cat,
The
say
cat
hi to everybody.
cocks its head and then goes back to purring at Francis, ignoring you entirely.
Francis is standing now right next to you. It should be noted
This cat is amazing.
that Francis is better with his pixel art than you are at painting. But less famous. Please. Make this
Pixel art.
delectable. Make this delectable. You're doing great.
Hi there, have I think I've seen your face somewhere before.
Oh, hey, you look familiar too.
Hmm. Have you ever been up to Cleveland, down at the galleries by the river?
Can't say I have. I mostly hang around Central Ohio area.
By the lake.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you should come sometime. Could have sworn I can't quite place you though.
You might know me for some of my work. I go pull out a phone and just start or go through like I made this. Just start showing her some of my
And
stuff.
again, even though it is pixel art, even though it's perler beads, the quality of it is beyond your ability with painting.
Oh.
I mean, if you look real close, this portrait of Cersei Lannister, yeah, it's actually individual beads. This took me like several days. I zoom in real close.
That's really something. That's
wish
really
to know
nice.
I
Good
have
for
that.
you.
Also, if you zoom in even further, all the beads are actually individual pearl bead sprites of something else. And so,
I wish to make note that I do actually have a few of his pieces hanging about my shop.
Given the
Yeah.
theme of your shop, you probably have a couple of her pieces too. Like, they're nothing
Oh,
to sneeze
yeah.
at. They are nothing to sneeze at, do not get me wrong.
Oh yeah, she has a couple of pieces by her, Anne Stokes, Amy Brown, as well as Francis.
I bet you thought that cat over there was alive. Nope, that's a pearl bead sprite I made. This is the live one right here.
What would be even better is if that picture of the cat was my cat.
Yes.
No, what would be
So-
great is if you went to try and talk to the perler bead cat. Sophia. And that's why it ignored you.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
It happens. It happens all the time. That's another one I made. I'm very proud of that one. Have you? Have I seen any of your work around here?
Oh, I think that one's mine right there. I think I painted it about 2 years ago.
Oh, that is lovely. That's
Oh,
just
thank
lovely.
you. Thank you so much. I think yours are really nice too.
Just nice.
Very.
Oh snap.
No, I'm kidding. You get I mean, my stuff is for sale. I got some stuff out in the van if you want to take a look.
Oh, maybe a little later. Thank you though.
Okay. No big deal. You just I'll be I'll be here with the real cat.
All right, and someone else you
That was
notice.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was glorious. You do notice Clayton looking amongst the books. He happens to be in the horror section, Bram Stoker, Anne Rice, and next to one of your paintings.
Hello there, I'm Sophia. It's good to meet you.
Yes,
Dang. Just
uh,
trying.
hello, I am Clayton.
What's that you have? It looks really interesting.
No, I'm just browsing, waiting for people to get around. He hasn't stopped fidgeting still. He still has the pencil in his hand, still twirling it around.
Right. I mean, since you're standing right in front of him, are you trying to be subtle with it at all? Or I didn't think you were. You just moved away, and that's why they had to roll with it. But since you're right in front of him, Sophia, you can notice that he's just fidgeting with this pencil.
Yeah, but it's not polite to ask.
Okay. You don't want to be gauche.
No.
All right. But you did ask him about the book that he had. Clayton, what book do you currently have in your hand?
I honestly don't have a lot of horrors memorized.
I mean, Interview with a Vampire, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Witching Hour. Witching Hour is always good.
Clockwork Orange. Technically a
H.P.
thriller.
Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Lovecraft, yeah, she would definitely have that.
I don't believe yours counts as a horror there. Not
Which yours?
the chat.
Yeah.
Wait, does chat go on?
He's posting in memes instead of general for some reason.
Okay, because I can't pull up that chat. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, you're posting on totally the wrong chat there, my dude.
For the audience watching, Zarek tried to suggest Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, no, that's totally not a horror.
Really isn't.
Curious.
Anyway, I'm going to totally clear out these messages. You guys continue role-playing.
Such a nice cat.
Right, that's an interaction we didn't have. Clayton, or Francis, and the cat. Because that's totally going to be a three-way that happens right now.
The cat?
No, mainly Clayton and Francis talking.
Ah, okay.
Well, let's go with the old classic Frankenstein.
Okay. So, Sophia, he's holding Frankenstein.
Have you read that before?
A long time ago. I don't remember if it was this version or a different one. I don't often stay in one place for too long.
Really? Where else have you lived?
I'm mostly living off of hotels and apartments or housing out of the company when doing contract.
Contracting? What do you do?
I'm an architect. I've also helped with some of the remodeling, actually with the kitchen.
The kitchen? Like here?
Yes, in Miss Wren's coffee shop.
Oh, that sounds fun! Must be nice to be all over.
Well,
Me, I'm stuck up in Cleveland most of the time myself.
sorry to those who actually watch this instead of just listen to it at work. I was having some technical difficulties. But go on.
Yeah, it can be. I'm lucky enough to be able to move around to more places when I feel the need. Most of the others in the company end up having to stay in one spot. They don't often move much, but then again, most of them want to stay in the same areas for their jobs so they can stay nailed down. I prefer to not stay in one. And all the hesitations in that were intentional.
And I will ignore every one of them.
Yeah, you don't have much empathy.
Nope. And just say that that sounds nice.
Okay. So you're going to flout your artwork or move away from there?
I mean, I'm not going to point it out if he doesn't ask.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But yeah, well, finally the last to arrive will be Remy. Because apparently he's been trying to, and I've just not been seeing it because I've been having computer difficulties.
For shame.
What a shame.
Anyway, you are the last to arrive.
Huh. This is a very small establishment, if I say so myself.
Well,
Is that outside the building, or are you walking in?
I'm gonna say that walking in.
Rose comes back to the door from
Rowan.
checking the bookshelves.
You said Rose. Rowan.
I did say Rowan.
No, you said Rose.
Oh,
I sound like gross.
sorry about that. Well, Rowan comes back to the door when she sees Remy. Ah, Remy, I believe, is.
Oh, hold on. I got a text. And he pulls out his phone. Adam, pleasure's all mine.
Ah, I believe you're the gentleman opening the new casino.
Yes. Quite. Quick. Mm-hmm. A contractor of mine came and was working and said something about a poker game, I believe.
Oh, yes, Mr. Carmine. He's right over there.
Yes, quite quick. And he puts his phone away. Love me a good gambling game.
At this
Well,
point, I'm going to say that Carmine is walking over towards Francis.
I smell money. I kind of like look away from the cat and see him coming over. It's like, oh hi.
This is Clayton Carmichael, not sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
But you two, Rowan and Remy, continue conversation.
Oh.
I honestly didn't know you were coming.
It was a spur of the moment kind of thing. Lady Luck smiled in this direction, and I followed.
I see. Well, I haven't really invited anyone else, so please come join us.
Don't mind if I do.
I have tea and hors d'oeuvres set out.
I believe a pizza should do as well. And he pulls out his. I'm going to order some Marcos.
All right.
I will note that his serving man is standing by the door patiently. He doesn't come in any further.
Ah, forgive me. You must forgive my friend here. He is a silent friend. He don't
I
really do
see.
that talk much.
Would your friend like to come in and have some hors d'oeuvres and tea?
He's actually standing inside the building. He's just by the
Oh.
door.
Would your friend like some hors d'oeuvres and tea?
Raises his hand plain. No, thank you. I'm fed for now.
All right. Just let me know if you would like any.
Of course. So, Francis and Carmine.
Such a good cat.
Purr, purr, purr.
How does that conversation go?
Said
And
he was holding a Frankenstein.
at the moment he was talking to Sophia, we don't know if he kept it.
Do you still have the book?
No, he would be picking stuff up, sending it back down because due to the poker game, he's not going to be keeping hold of anything long, as it'd be too much of a distraction for things that might be going.
I feel like it would be in character, and this is my personal interpretation of your characters, for Remy and Sophia to be trying to make their way to the poker table itself.
Yes, quite.
And Rowan would be shuffling the cards.
So you were
Getting things
also
ready
there? Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to verify that. Is that okay with you, Sophia?
Yeah.
Okay, back to the conversation at hand.
Well, they would be said. Well, it looks like they're getting ready, and you're the only one I don't know this. Who might you be? I'm Clayton.
Name's Francis, sir. I kind of put my hand for him to shake it.
I move the pencil over, continuing to fidget, and then shake its hand.
Okay, Glenn, it's a penciling. Seem nervous.
No, it's just something that helps me relax. I've always had a problem paying a bit too much attention to things. It's something to keep my mind somewhat distracted.
Oh, fair enough. So what do you do?
I'm an architect. I'm currently working on the casino that's being made.
Oh, well, that sounds like a very nicely paying job.
Well, it has its benefits. Actually, the casino's owned by Remy over there, the one who had just walked in, and I kind of point over towards.
You don't say.
What do you do?
Oh, well, mostly I drive stuff around for people, and but in my free time I pull out a photo together. Like I make art like this, just start showing them everything. I make bead art. I make pixel art on the computer. I make all kinds of stuff. You've probably seen my stuff. There's a couple of things around here of mine.
Well, that looks good.
Just good.
Have plenty of free time for making things.
That I do. It's like immediately upon saying it looks good. He's just like glare. He's like,
Well, it does seem like they're getting ready to start up the game. Shall we?
Yeah, let's join them.
Okay, before you get to the table, Rowan and Sophia and Remy, you all sitting together at this table.
Rowan's not saying anything. She's just making sure the cards are shuffled, everything's in place, chips are on the table.
What was the buy-in?
Let's put it at a nice even 40.
$40, 40K.
Yeah, $40.
Oh, so this is just a meet and greet, as it were.
Friendly.
Friendly
Yeah,
game.
meet and greet, friendly game. Nothing too high stakes.
You guys are gonna start off by betting pennies. Nickel and dime this all the way to the top.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
Okay. But Remy and Sophia, you are at the table together.
He's on his phone.
She is appalled by his manners, but will try to break the ice. Hello, it's good to meet you.
Yes, it is good to meet me indeed. Who are you?
My name is Sophia. And you are?
Mr. And I tip my fedora. Levo, my lady.
Oh. It's very good to meet you. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, pardon my poor manners, madam. I'm dealing with some incompetent acquaintances. I'm dealing with, unfortunately. The issues will be resolved by morning, I hope.
Oh, I hope everything's alright.
Everything will smooth saily down the Black Fork, madam, as they say around here, I hear.
Oh, wonderful. And what is it that you do?
He puts his phone down. I gamble. And I have a casino.
Huh.
Perhaps you can come and visit it when it's getting done being remodeled.
Might look around. I'm not much of a gambler myself, generally. Figured I'd try it out tonight. Maybe I'll like it.
And Lady Luck has a weird way of showing her favor. And you, what do you do?
Oh, I paint. You see that one right there? And I point at one on the wall. And I just
Yeah.
start going on. Made that one about, I think about 2 years ago? It's one of my favorites.
Can you describe it to us?
It is a painting of a shipwreck surrounded by sea monsters with a few birds in the skyline.
That really does fit Rowan's style, so that works.
Yes, quite pip, my lady. It looks quite charming.
Thank you.
Yes.
I love this etiquette that you totally don't have. It's totally fake.
It fits
Exactly.
his character
I
so
know.
well.
And he pulls out his phone. Yes, quite. I
Alright.
wonder when my Marcos is gonna get here.
So the other two players arrive at the table and sit down.
Ah, yes, Mr. Carmone. Good to see you again, sir, off the clock.
Yes, you haven't had any problems with any of my coworkers, have you?
No, it's just let's not make the entrance of it look so like a adult daycare, as you people around here call it. Yes, quite pip. Mm-hmm.
I'll see what I could do when I get back to it.
I appreciate it.
How good is your memory, Remy?
Pretty good.
There's an errand boy sitting at the table next to Carmine.
Oh no.
I put my phone down. I lean in, rub my chin. Yes, you. You look familiar.
Okay, I turn around, look behind me, like, oh, wait. Oh, me?
Yes. I think I had you deliver stuff down to the docks for me every now and then. Yes, quite, pip, pip, mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I do believe I delivered
Yes,
something
yes,
for
yes,
you.
yes, yes, good
Yes,
sir.
yes.
We don't talk about that. Yes, quite, pip, pip, mm-hmm. And I pull my phone back out.
Charming man.
Rowan raises an eyebrow. Not entirely certain she's okay with this person, and if he says anything bad about her friend, he's gonna get kicked out.
I didn't.
I know, but if you had,
So, are you playing in the game or are you just being a dealer?
dealer,
Okay.
basically playing the house.
So, who's sitting, like, declare who's sitting on her left and around the table, going clockwise?
I'll be on her
So-
right.
Yeah, so on her right, going clockwise. So, who's next to Remy? Would that be Sophia?
Yeah.
And then, is it Clayton or Francis sitting next down?
I'll sit
Nice.
next down.
Okay. So you're actually sitting across from Remy. And then finally Clayton. Alright, so everyone who is playing poker, I need a... I'm going to go with manipulation and subterfuge, or manipulation and intuition for the first hand of poker.
How do you do this?
So you go down underneath your advantages, down next to your merits and flaws, there are those dice pools.
Oh, see the dice. Oh, there we are.
And yep, manipulation. Good job.
Okay.
The difficulty will be 6 unless otherwise stated, so if you do not have one of the skills, and it's going to be manipulation, intuition, or manipulation, subterfuge, that we're going to use that for playing poker. Because not enough of us have virtual tabletop to actually play a game of poker.
Okay, it was difficulty what again, sorry?
6, unless you do not have one of the 2 skills, in which
Okay.
case, one of the 2 abilities, in which case it goes up to 7.
Nice.
And then I just hit the die roll?
Yep, there is no modifier on the die pool, and then you put in the difficulty next.
Pool mod is 0.
Yeah, pool mod is 0.
Difficulty 6.
Yep. Poor Clayton.
He's good at spotting, not.
He just has manipulation. Okay, so no one actually did like terrible. Sophia would definitely take this hand.
I'll
Is this
say.
Six successes. That's an amazing one. Oh, what is your specialty in manipulation? Do you have one?
No, I didn't know I had to. Let me look that up.
Hang on, I got a book right in front of me. Not quite the mechanics of what we're working with, but you.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I just need to actually give you the options for that so we can put it in for you. So, manipulation specialties can be cunning, deceitful, glib, patient, persuasive, subtle, or underhanded.
Oh gosh. Can you read them one more time? I'm sorry.
Cunning, deceitful, glib, patient, persuasive, subtle, or underhanded.
So you mentioned one. Cunning, persuasive,
Cunning, deceitful, glib,
deceitful. There it is.
deceitful. Okay, so
Mhm.
Roll an additional d10, and I'll update your character sheet with that.
Have...
On the left side of the screen, there's that toolbar.
Right.
Near the bottom is just the dice.
So just click one?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so you got 7 successes. Bask in this. She was holding a flush.
Rowan gives a sly smile at this.
Remy, you had a full house. The house had 3 of a kind. So did Francis. And then Clayton, you had a pair.
Yeah.
You just had a pair. You
His
totally-
best chance would be to see through someone's bluff.
Okay, I mean, anyone who wants to hide their bluff, I will need a appearance performance check. And is there any table talk going on while this is happening? Because this is actually not. I'm not going to have you roll for every hand, but this is going to be, a few hands. The game starts off with Sophia just taking the house. Remy's not doing too bad himself, though.
Nicely done, Miss Ivanov.
Oh, thank you. I've never actually really played this much before.
Well then, seems Lady Luck has certainly given you her love.
Remy, your lady's cheating on you.
I look over at my friend by the door. Is the Marcos here, my friend? Yes, clink, clink, pip, pip. I need some greasy cheese in my mouth today.
He looks out the door. Yes, they're here. I'll get it for you.
Thank you. Leave a generous tip for the man, please. Yes, quite. Does anyone want a piece? No? I didn't. I'll take it all, thank you.
Francis is like halfway to raise his hand. He's like, oh, okay.
Okay, so who in the party's already planning to stab Remy?
I mean, the thought had crossed Francis's mind.
Might, possibly. We'll see.
Okay, I want to make sure I know the character dynamic going on.
Well, he's counting my paycheck right now, so
Yeah, Rowan is more of just annoyed with how he talks.
I feel
Francis-
that. I feel that
Francis
in my
just
soul.
gonna give Francis just gonna give a look to Ro. Oh, and it's like, are we serious with this guy?
Rowan's just kind of giving him a look back of, I'm not sure.
As I get the pizza, yes, and I put the pizza, so good, so good. Would you like a piece, my friend? And I offer it around the table. Yes, quite, pip, pip, have some cheese pizza.
I reach for a pizza. I take a pizza.
Yes, quite,
I
pip, pip.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So
I consume pizza.
is anyone going to try to hide their bluff?
Yes.
That is an appearance and performance check.
Quick thing, Grimalkin may try and steal a slice of that pizza.
That's chill. Okay, 2 successes. Anyone else trying to hide their bluff?
Sure. It's a 6?
Yeah, difficulty 6. 3 successes. Okay, and for anyone trying to see through other people's game, specifically this is going to be directed at Francis, because he's trying to, not Francis, but Clayton, because he's trying to get other people's tells. I'm going to need, and really, it's not going to go well for you anyway, but it's going to be perception and intuition. Well, actually, it could be perception empathy, but you don't have that either.
He also still has the specialty of high strong. Is that modifying in this one?
I will allow it in this game, in this term, because you're not sure about these people. They may be lying to you. They most definitely are lying to you.
Alright, and that's a mod of 1 or 2.
You do not get a modifier for that. It just allows you to explode your tens. So the difficulty would be 6, but since you do not have any of the skills that I would ask for this roll, it goes up to 7.
Yeah.
Really, in this case, you're not able to see through them. They're all playing solid-faced, as far as you can tell.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, the sunglasses. By the way, Miss Etiquette. Sophia.
Yeah.
It is rude to wear sunglasses at the table.
It's rude to wear them indoors.
Indeed.
I have a condition.
Again,
That's only
My character knows this, so that's why she hasn't said anything.
I know. But Sophia doesn't.
This is gonna be fun.
Please.
Oh boy.
Are you okay? Do your eyes hurt?
Have you-
Slowly chewing pizza.
You've never played poker before, madam, have you? Yes, quite, pip. Let me explain to you. That is a standard move in poker we call concealing your eyes. Yes, quite, pip. Mm-hmm. What you do
I
is...
see.
Yes. Let me finish talking, please. Quite rude to interrupt a man while he's teaching you how to speak. Yes. What you do is you put the sunglasses on your face, so that way if you have a good hand, like the gentleman may or may not have, it doesn't give away in his eyes. However, good sir, I would say lean them down just a little bit. You may be revealing that card over there. Yes, quite, mm-hmm.
I will certainly take that into consideration.
Excellent, sir.
I do not move the glasses.
Works for me. I'm just gonna look at the cards off your glasses.
He might have them face down on the table.
He might. He never said if he did.
I do.
Now you do, you sly bastard.
I was unaware there was a different way to hold them.
In your hand?
Why would I do that?
These are poker cards. You never do that.
The less you touch the cards, the better off you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any other interactions y'all want to have with each other? Or do you want to roll again for the next set of round of pokering?
Rowan actually is going to speak to... I'm sorry, is it Sophia or Sophie?
Sophia.
Sophia, okay. I wanted to make sure I was going to be correct in this. And it's Ivanov.
Mhm.
Alright. Miss Ivanov,
Yes.
I was wondering, are you going to be doing any more painting while you're here?
Oh, of course. That's why I'm here. Gotta get away sometimes. There's so much going on.
Agreed. Though I was wondering about one of your latest pieces.
That be.
The one I forget. I know it came out with your fall. With the amount of seasonal pictures you did, the fall ones.
I do remember that.
It was one of the pieces of the girl with the willow tree.
Oh, yes, yes. I think that one is, in the... I think it's in the Museum of Cleveland. Yeah. Forget what that place is called.
The Cleveland Art Museum.
Thank you.
I've been there far too many times, and not enough. I need to go again.
I was actually wondering if that one might be for sale.
Ooh, I think something could be arranged. However, I think there is a private collector right now who has a very high interest in it. Why?
Oh, it's actually, I would have to say, it's one of my favorites of yours, and I do apologize for my rudeness earlier.
Oh, it's quite what rudeness. Now I know they're a prince, and maybe I can get you one. Free of charge, of course, for this lovely evening.
I would absolutely adore that. Thank you so much, Miss Ivory.
Ivanov, you say? Yes, yes, quite pip pip. Was it this one? I show a picture of it on my phone.
Yes, that would be the one.
Yes, that'll go great above my fireplace. Yes, yes, quite pip pip.
Oh,
You know
now
what
she
else would
wants
look
to
great?
kill him.
You know what else will look great? I pull out my phone.
You're the private collector.
Yes, yes, I have
Oh.
a very particular thing for willow trees. My great grandmother Odie was passed under one. You see? Yes, yes, quite pip pip.
Oh, I
Okay.
Stork now.
see.
Now Rowan wants to hurt him.
The cat doesn't ignore me. I go.
The
Sophia needs to make a call to her agent.
Grimalkin is actually currently curled up on Mr. Carmine's lap.
Oh.
Do you step away from the table to call your agent?
Oh, I need to step outside, actually. I have, some business happening. I'll be right back.
Of course.
So the screen is going to follow Sophia as she pulls out her phone. So who are you calling?
I am actually calling my agent. My art will not hang in some casino.
He didn't say a casino. He said over a fireplace.
Casino owner.
That's fine. So,
Fireplace in a casino.
so the current time, it's about 10 in the evening.
Fine with it.
Your agent picks up. Yes, it's Ivanov.
Harrison. Hi. Do you remember? Do you remember the Colors of Fall? It's at the Cleveland Museum of Art. It's gonna be there for another couple weeks.
Yes, I'm aware of your work there. That's the
right.
one going to the private collector, correct?
Yes. Can you stop that sale? I want to hold on to it for just a little while longer.
Define a little while longer.
Another year, another 2 years. I'll loan it out to the casino. Not to the casino, to the museum myself.
Hang on, I'm trying to find my pen because I need to make a note. Pencil it is. Are you thinking about having it hang again at the during the fall exhibit?
Yes. Let it stay there for another year or so.
Well, your exhibit expires in a month. So,
Tell him we'll donate it for the general collection.
very good. Okay. Is there anything else? Is there anything particular that brought this about?
I love it, and I want to see it again. But do me a favor and don't mention it to the buyer. Just say
Well,
nothing. Make
I'll
something up.
have to tell them why I can't sell it to them.
Make something up. I don't care.
I'll call them in the morning.
Thank you so much.
And while that conversation happens back at the table,
I believe we
lost
lost.
someone.
who do we lose?
John.
He's going off to powder his nose.
Seems to be a thing with Johns.
I know, right? But Meanwhile, at the table between uh, Rowan, Remy, and Carmine.
Mr. Carmine,
Yes.
I was wondering if while you were here, if I could talk to you about my kitchen.
Need some more renovations.
More, something isn't quite working right in it.
Huh. Well, I could definitely take a look.
Of course, after the game, but yes, one of the counter cabinets is. It's almost like it's loose.
That is a bit odd.
I know. I just encountered it one evening, and it was. I thought I would speak to you the next time I saw you about it.
Yeah, after the game, I'd be fine with taking a look and making sure to find out what's wrong.
Thank you so much.
I just got word back from DM Potato. His internet is committing honorable Sudoku.
Oh dear.
We've all committed honorable Sudoku at some point in our lives.
I believe there was at one point, one where Islar's and I's went gone.
Alright.
Yeah, how about all the internets because someone decided to take.
Yeah, someone took out a pole with a car.
That's what I figured happened.
Yeah, that was fun.
But actually, it is currently 11:15, so I'm going to take a quick break, stretch legs, grab something else to drink. If
Okay.
y'all want to talk to each other, hopefully John will be back by the time I get back. Probably won't, but
Okay.
so I will be back. Make friends with each other, play nice.
Yes, quite, beep, beep.
You continue that
Stab.
voice anymore, and I'm gonna punch you through the screen.
Why?
Ah,
It's annoying.
What's the point?
Oh my goodness.
In public, he's a stuck-up, prissy person.
And in private?
Heh.
Uh-huh. By the way, Margaret, love your character.
She left.
did she
She
leave?
did.
Hmm.
I think she walked away or something.
Okay, well, I'm going to do the same. Be back.
Okay.
I had to do something different.
So have you scared everyone off?
Yes.
I think we did.
I'm good at it.
I didn't mean to.
No. I'm gonna put a pause on Canon D minor in D major.
Ooh.
That's what we've been listening to for like the last half hour.
I know, but I had forgotten the name of it.
Pocket
So, what
Bells
do you think
Canon.
of Remy?
Hmm.
Remy is great. I know.
Annoying as all.
Oh, the way
Why?
he talks.
Why
Why would you
what?
do that?
Why does he the pseudo not English accent?
You'll see.
Oh boy.
I hope not tonight. Like if we're going to do this, then
That voice has got to go.
That's his public appearance.
well, a lot of this game is going to be considered public appearance. Like
There
when
will
would
be stuff behind closed doors, not in people he don't know. Can't just change him partway through. Wouldn't make sense.
That voice has got to go.
Someone is ready to stab that voice.
You're getting paid. Deal with it.
I think multiple
No.
someone.
My character doesn't really care because that's his job is not to care about people. It's
I
to
like
care
this
about the job.
Yeah, that's like true neutral right there.
He doesn't care about the personalities, so long as they're not gonna be complete total arson.
The lady who was just in my video was my mama.
Huh? Hey.
She my best mama.
Isn't she your only mama?
Well, I have several women who have adopted me as their daughter or niece, so the answer is no. But she is my biological mama.
I'll return right quick.
Yep. Basically, we're going to sit here and wait till John and not John, but Dr. Potato and Mira get back.
I'm right here.
Oh, you're here.
Sheesh.
We thought you disappeared, so I went and got jelly beans, and then I came back and I didn't hear you.
Ew, jelly beans.
I second that. Jelly beans are disgusting.
Yeah.
Looks like we might have
What
lost
color?
for the night. I grabbed 4 different colors, including the ones that taste like Twizzlers.
Okay, that's fine. As long as it's not black.
No, those are my favorite.
Get out.
No,
By
black
the way,
licorice
Margaret,
has always been my favorite.
I was saying earlier that I really like your character.
Thank you.
That panic of my art is going where?
I know. I'm also enjoying the whole thing that everyone's like, "Oh, you're famous throughout the state." Yeah, who are you?
I'm from Louisiana.
Makes
You've
that, what,
been
4 points really worth it?
you've been in Ohio for how many years?
Not long enough to care about art.
Uh,
This is literally how this conversation will go. You know, we found this painting that would look really cool. Yes, let's get that. Do you want to? No, I don't. Just if it looks good, get it.
your manservant probably deals with it a lot.
Yes,
He probably actually has taste.
probably. I trust him. He trusts me.
Unlike Remy.
Okay,
Hey,
so
Remy has very social taste in clothing.
we're going to get back to this, do a little bit more role playing, but unfortunately, due to the fact that he did have to step away, what we're going to say is that oh no, his internet's just not coming back tonight. It is kaputza.
Your cat's adorable.
Her name is Lady Hawk. She's a sweetie.
I am looking for a good.
She likes to eat my boyfriend's beard.
I'll kill him. And not
Why?
Lady Hawk.
I know you're going to kill him
Why?
because Jared's my brother and I'm dating a
You
guy.
should have
So
done
of
that in
course-
like whenever you all came to my house.
That would have been too obvious. Too many witnesses.
No one would have cared. They would have been like, "Oh, all right, we need a new cleric."
I would have cared, and I'm pretty sure Michael would have too.
I just heard something about, oh, we need a new cleric, and
See,
no one would have cared.
he
So
picked
I
up
missed
the
out on
important part.
Yes, I did.
He picked
Jared
up the
said that he
important
was
part.
gonna kill Chris. I was explaining that that's because I'm Jared's little sister and I'm dating Chris.
And it's also Chris.
See? Thank you. Thank you.
So we're just giving up on the whole username thing, or what?
I mean, I didn't really care.
Shut up, Chris.
Anyway, let's see how this song goes. That is like hella ominous. So no,
Edgy. Aww.
we'll just go to blue paint.
Well, you gotta think. You're talking about my brother, so yeah.
This
Okay.
man speaks truth.
So Francis had gotten a call and was just kind of, oh, sorry, I gotta do my job. Cashes out quickly, gets back his $35. Kind of heads out the door. And it's off to work for Francis.
Grimalkin takes his seat and steals a slice of cheese pizza.
So do you guys want to do another roll for a few
No,
more
he's
minutes?
back.
Wait, what?
Ah,
Yay!
my internet stops dying.
You lied to me.
Why
What
did
a-
you do that voice?
What did I miss?
Well, I had
You just left.
I literally just told everyone you had gotten a call, not a call, but had gotten a text about a job.
Well, I mean, that could still happen.
I don't want to do plot tonight.
Okay.
Grimalkin still steals a piece of cheese pizza, though.
So you step outside to make a phone call to figure out the arrangements, when the drop is and all that good jazz. And you come back to notice that there is now a cat sitting in your seat eating a slice of cheese pizza.
Well, that's fair.
So my question still stands. Did you guys want to do another roll for a couple hands or just continue role playing?
¿Por qué no los dos?
As said, it's going to be manipulation, subterfuge, or intimidation. Challenge rating 6. Though you should let me know if you're running off intuition or subterfuge.
So,
Roll 2d10, please, Mira.
Me? Alright. 2 or 1?
2.
2.
Nope.
All right.
You're right. Just 1.
Just 1?
Just 1. Okay. Still.
ow.
Nice. All successes. And poor Clayton loses more money.
Hooray!
Well considering.
What did the house roll?
Hmm?
What did the house roll?
I didn't roll. I didn't know I needed to.
You're playing the house.
Oh, okay. What do I need to roll?
because you're still playing.
No, not why. What?
Oh, it's going to be manipulation in either subterfuge or intuition.
Hmm. My subterfuge. Let's go with that.
Okay.
No pool mod. My difficulty.
6.
Go.
Okay, so it actually will
Hmm.
come down to the house and Remy. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this because
Francis as well.
oh yeah. So you three all have, you know, pretty good hands for what you can see. The river's going well, could go well for each of you. Let's see this. Okay. What I'm going to do, just for the sake of it, and because I know you guys won't metagame too hard about this, I'm going to deal out 3 pairs of cards. Just tell you guys what you have in your hands. And then deal out the flop.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay. So, first one, Remy. An ace of clubs and 6 of diamonds. House has a 6 of spades and a 5 of diamonds. And Francis, you have a 7 of diamonds, 9 of clubs. The flop. Oh, wait, hold on. You gotta shuffle again for a moment. Discard. And the flop, 10 of hearts, 8 of clubs, 6 of clubs. Oh! Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty for quite a few of you. So how you doing this, guys? Remy, it is on you first. Do you call, check, raise, or fold?
I'm gonna raise it by 20.
Okay, so he's now bidding half of the buy-in.
Damn.
House, what do you do with your 6 of spades and 5 of diamonds?
What'd you say is in the river again?
10 of hearts, 8 of clubs, 6 of clubs.
Nothing. Just going to watch with interest.
So you're folding?
I'm staying.
So you're calling.
Yes.
Okay. Rem. I'm not
Oh,
Rem.
yeah.
Francis.
You gotta match.
I'm a
Right.
call.
Okay. So next one turns is a 5 of hearts. It's back to you, Remy.
I'm gonna call it.
House.
Alright, let's see here. What do I have in my hand again?
You have a 5 of diamonds, 6 of spades.
This actually is not going well for me.
All right, here we go.
Hmm. Actually, I haven't played poker in the longest time. I forget. Is my hand good or not, would you say?
You have 2 pairs.
Good point. I'll call.
Okay. And finally, Francis.
Can you read off the other ones again?
The river has a 10 of hearts, 8 of clubs, 6 of clubs, and 5 of clubs. And 5 of hearts.
Okay. It's been a while since I've played poker, but
Oh.
it looks nice.
Something just came up.
Hmm.
Huh. Neat. Now I know for
Some-
future reference. I will have to
Uh,
explore this feature.
In the macros, look at the bottom left right corner. Once you go into macros, there's playing cards in the thing.
Oh,
Well
Yeah.
then.
I will have to go into that later.
Out of curiosity, did me clicking show make that show up on everyone?
yeah, I see a thing.
I see a thing.
Interesting.
So actually, no, I already have this here. I already have it set up. But we can actually play poker, guys.
Oh, hey.
Fun.
So we'll do a few hands like this. Feel free, and then you guys can do table talk.
Okay. No, It's been a while since I did poker. Is my hand a good thing?
You have a straight.
Yes, I want to. I want to stick with that.
So do you want to check or raise?
I would like to raise.
Okay. So at this point, all you can really do is go all in since it was already raised by 20 bucks.
All in.
How's everyone else handling that?
I'm gonna look at his face. Try and get a good read.
Okay, so we're going to do a contested roll. This is going to be perception empathy versus his performance subterfuge.
Ooh.
You
So
are
I have
defending. Francis, you are defending, and therefore, if it comes down to a tie, you will win.
So I have perception, empathy.
Mine was, what was it again? Sorry.
Manipulation subterfuge.
Okay.
Or appearance and subterfuge.
Which one's better for me? Appearance is better for me.
Okay.
Appearance.
Difficulty is 6. As long as you have the ability of subterfuge, you have that.
I do not.
Okay, so it goes up to 7 for you.
Heck.
Not working.
Beep.
One success. And
Hold on.
you shouldn't have had any successes.
Who?
Remy,
I had a -1 success.
you botched. You think that this pair of 6s is going to take you home, and he is bluffing. In fact, you might want to raise him, because you can bid outside of the money. As long as the house agrees to this special buy-in you're using.
Rowan knows Francis decently well. So she's just gonna smile.
You can make that roll too, to see if he's...
Okay, what do I need to roll then?
You need to roll a perception and empathy.
Ooh, boy.
Didn't you say empathy or intuition?
No, in this case it is... I'm just sticking to perception empathy.
Alrighty.
I don't have any pips in empathy.
So, it's difficulty 7.
Okay.
Do you have a specialty in your perception?
Let me check.
Do you have more than 4 points in it? Which you don't. You only have 3 dice, so...
Yeah, I only have 3 pips.
Okay, so he is stonewalling you. You can't get a read on him. You're not sure how to play his hand. How to go against what he's got up his sleeve.
I don't know what he's got, but I do know the person, so she's going to gracefully fold.
Well, right now it's Remy's call.
That's true. What is Remy going to do?
I mean, that pair of sixes, man. Plus, you got ace high.
Sure, I do have ace high. I'll call it. I'll meet his match.
So you go all in, and the house folds. So, the showdown happens, and it's a king of hearts. You have a pair of sixes. Francis has a straight. Remy wins the hand.
Remy?
Not Remy. Francis wins the hand.
I was about to
There we go.
say.
Remy
Yeah.
has been eliminated.
Rose just. Rowan, this is going to take me a bit. I apologize.
That's fine.
Shouldn't have chosen an RO. Rowan just smiles. Francis took this guy to the cleaners and she couldn't be prouder.
Big money, big money.
Yeah. So, Remy, what do you do now?
Good game.
I should
Yes,
say the
good game.
minimum buy-in was said to be $40. You could pay more to buy in more.
I met his match.
So you're bowing out of the game?
Not unless my phone goes off, which I don't think it would.
Nope. Sophia, how did you feel about that?
About him losing?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm very happy.
Anyone else have emotions they want to express about just watching this near nobody just take it home with this Ponce?
I'm gonna buy so many beads with this.
Rowan hopes you will buy some books from her.
Well, I mean, it's certainly a possibility.
Who knows? She might have some new books on some new beading techniques.
Ooh. Tempting.
Beating techniques. She might have some stuff in her blacklist, though.
You
Black
never
Ops
know.
beating techniques.
So, who's up for an actual hand this time?
We can
Let's
try
see
it.
how this goes.
Well, this
Okay.
sound color me intrigued.
We draw 2 cards.
I'm actually going to deal out 2 cards to
I just drew a card. What do I do?
return it.
Abort! Abort!
Abort
yes.
mission. Abort mission. No, it's 5 of clubs. What did I do?
You're that bead guy. Yes, quite pip pip, aren't you?
Yes, yes, I am.
Abort mission.
Yes.
What do I do?
Is
What do
there
I
an
do?
option to return card? Here, let me check.
It's hanging out there. I'm not doing anything to it. It's just hanging out. It's a 5 of clubs. I see it clearly.
Okay. So, fine. Cancel. Recall.
Oh boy.
I'm
What's
just
going on?
recalling the cards. There we go.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I saw that card too.
Now I have to select everyone but myself.
Yes, your artwork. I have seen it around town. Yes, quite.
Yes, you've probably seen it here. I mean, you see that cat over there? It's not really a cat.
Yes, duly noted, good sir.
Huh. It doesn't let me see what you guys have. I like
I don't
this.
see what we have at all.
Can you not click on the 2 cards above your head?
Oh, there it is.
I got a black screen.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, I got a black box.
Wait, what's going on?
What?
Why does it say stealing?
Why are you? Why? After all we've
I
been
didn't
through,
mean
you
to do
steal
that. I
from me.
didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean
believe
to
What
do
are
that.
you guys doing?
No way!
I clicked in the wrong spot. I
No!
apologize.
No! Leave it alone.
Oh,
I clicked in the wrong spot. I am so sorry.
Surrounded by thieves.
I'm so sorry.
okay. Trying this again. Recall
I'm so
all.
sorry.
Shuffle.
I came here to have a good time, and I'm feeling so attacked right now.
Kill.
So sorry.
2. Again, I'm staying out of this. Though, if I had to reset this one more time, I'm just going to include myself in this play. There you guys go.
Oh boy, oh boy.
I
Oh.
don't see anything.
Oh.
You don't see the 2 above your head?
I do, but when I click on it, nothing happens.
Oh, I clicked on it. I see them.
I don't.
You just showed me a card.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
I see 2 cards.
Hey,
see
that's
3
the
cards.
flop.
I see 3
That's
cards.
the flop.
I don't see anything. Jared, tell me what my human eyes see.
I can't. It's not letting me see your cards.
Games
Hi-
race towards humans.
Hypothetically, are there supposed to be jokers in poker?
There
No.
can be. They are considered wild.
Cool. Okay.
Thanks for letting me know what you got in your hand, my dude.
I said hypothetically. You don't know.
Asking for a friend.
You don't know.
Yes. I think I'll look at your artwork later. Maybe some of the local places around the community could do something with them. Yes.
Oh, I got some in my van if you want to take a look.
He just gives you this most concerned look.
Okay, so Rowan, what are you doing?
1 sec.
No, I don't want to steal a card. Why can't I see my cards?
I mean, I'm
Probably because you're
surprised I
clicking
can't
in the wrong spot.
I can't see anyone's cards.
You have them in your van, you say?
Yes, I do.
This isn't
Okay,
working as
so
well as I
in a
want.
private chat, I just sent you what I have, okay?
I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
Hey, my cards!
You see
There we
'em?
go.
Now I do. Why do I want to? I don't want to steal people's cards. Get out of here.
Cool. But Rowan, it is your turn. Do you check or fold? Yeah, do you check, fold, or raise?
Check.
Clayton? Jacob, don't be rude.
What? I'm not doing anything.
What I miss?
Anyway,
What do I do?
you were being rude. Anyway, Clayton. Check, fold, or raise. Zellar.
Hmm?
I'm waiting on Clayton.
I said I was just checking.
I never got that.
Sorry. I thought it went through.
Sophia,
Check.
Francis,
Check.
and finally Remy.
And what the hell? I'll raise it.
Okay.
Alas.
Rowan?
How much are you raising it?
40.
So he just did a total buy-in. And basically he's telling everyone but Francis that they have to go all or nothing, all in.
Rowan's suspicious.
I really wish we had cameras up so that way you guys could play poker while looking at each other in the face.
Well, y'all can see me, can't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I can't see any of you.
Yeah.
Jared, did you turn your camera off?
No, my camera's still going.
I can't see you at all.
Wish I could
I don't even
change
know what
that, but
happened to mine.
we're midstream. Yeah, I want to try a different application for video called Zune or something along those lines. But anyway, how do you respond? Remy just raised. A full buy-in.
I want to see if he's bluffing.
So you're calling him and going all in?
I was going to say I was going to contest and do that dice roll thing to read him.
Okay. You can attempt to.
And that's the perception empathy, correct?
Yep, versus his appearance and subterfuge.
Difficulty 7?
Sick. Well, if you don't have empathy, do you?
No, I don't.
Then it is 7.
Gotcha. Let's see what happens.
So he got one more success than you.
Yep.
So Remy,
does that
please
mean?
describe that.
I'm just sitting there, as I always am, with my ring, twirling it in my finger, and I'm just looking at him with a very calm face. And every now and then I'll just blow the hair out of my eye.
I mean, he's confident enough to put all in on this hand.
Yeah, but last time he lost on a pair of 6s. It's $40. She'll throw it in.
Okay. Clayton.
Well, I'm checking.
So you going in too? You have to call, which is basically
No, I'm
nice.
roll.
Oh, you're going to do a roll as well?
Well, my 10 explodes, but that's not going to give me enough successes, so.
Do you want to know how?
Because
to
my
get the
perception
planets
is high
generator,
enough,
Garrett?
but I don't get enough
So
successes.
you get the same thing. Essentially.
Money on it. You can go and take over.
It's
one of the power
40.
stations.
Screw it.
If you take
Throw
over
it
the
in.
power
Let's
stations, and claim
try and
Garrett
relax.
Okay. Now for the two richer players at the table. Sophia.
Let's go.
Okay, so you call his bid.
Mhm.
Francis.
Shut up and take my money.
So you call.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone calls. It's back over to Remy. Wait, you're all in. Rowan, you're all in. Clayton, you're all in. Mira.
Everyone's all in.
Mira, what do you do?
Yeah.
Raise
Uh,
or check? Or fold?
check.
Okay. That just means you're saying you're not bidding anymore.
Sure.
Clayton? Not Clayton, Francis?
Check.
Time for the showdown, folks. just gonna drop it over here. So we got a pair of ladies up on in the river.
Indeed.
So all in, all in, all in. Mira,
Yes.
this is the showdown. So the last round of bidding before the reveal.
Okay.
Do you want
And
to?
what are the choices?
Your choices are check to pass it on to the next person, raise to start a side pot between you and Francis, or fold because you don't like your hand and what you're seeing.
Uh, check.
Francis.
Check.
Okay, starting with Remy. What do you got?
I got 3 queens and 2 eights.
So, Remy has a full house. Rowan.
I have a 5 of hearts and a jack of spades in my hand.
So, you have a pair of jacks.
Indeed.
Clayton.
I got nada.
Clayton has 2 pairs. Technically, everyone has 2 pairs.
Yeah, it's a ace and a 5 of spades. Yeah, I had nada. I was playing the.
Mira.
I have a king and a joker.
Okay, so you also have a full house. And finally, Francis.
7 and Joker.
You also had a full house. No, you did not have a. Yeah, you had a full house.
Yay.
So there are 3 full houses on this table.
Damn.
So after the full houses, we have 2 jokers. So it's down to Mira and Francis, who has the best kicker. Aside from your joker, what was your other card?
Was a king?
King versus
Uh-huh.
7.
Mira takes the pot.
Oh,
Nicely done.
now I'm sad. I don't have nearly enough bead money.
Do we want to do another hand? Or do you guys want to do some table talk as you wrapping up the game?
No, okay.
So we'll start wrapping this tonight's session up. And again, this is plot light, more just your character interactions. So essentially not Mira, Sophia and Francis will split the pot. So they both get, well, buy-in was 40 plus an extra 40, so that was 200, 220. So you both walk away with $110.
Not
Yay.
bad.
You know, just split the pot, call it a night. Do you guys talk to each other or the dealers, or do you talk to anyone?
Rowan leaves her a moment and comes back with something that she had delivered to her that she had meant to give to Francis,
Ooh.
but had actually forgotten.
Mm.
Oh.
She comes back with a book on a different style of beading.
Well, color me intrigued.
It's basically similar to what he was already doing, but using some different techniques and tools.
Ooh.
Okay.
I had been meaning to get this to you, and I kept on forgetting.
Oh, that. Oh, you didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Anything for a friend.
Remy, it was your first night on the town, and you took a decided loss here. Like, not decided compared to your resource level, but man, Lady Luck was not on your side.
Hold on. Okay, I hate that clock.
That's fine.
I tip my hat. Lady Luck was smiling on you tonight, it seems. Yes, yes. And you, Bead Boy. Yes, yes. What's your name?
Well, first it's not Beat Boy, but I'm Francis.
Francis. Yes, my name is Remy. Pleasure to meet you. I believe we've met before, but not officially.
Oh, yes, I believe we did. It's
Yeah.
I am. It is truly a unique pleasure to have met you.
Yes, yes. A lot of people tell me that, but same for you. I will be getting a hold of you within the week, I believe, to buy some of your bead art for the community. Yes, yes, quite, quite.
Oh well, fantastic. I mean that that sounds wonderful. Yes.
Yes, yes. I
Yes,
believe
yes.
so myself. Yes, yes, quite, quite. Pip, pip.
Yeah, quite. Yes.
We'll be donating it to local families and things like that. Yes, yes. And as for you, Miss Rowan, as I tip my hat, I love your place. If you ever need some help finding some books, let me know. I'll spot you the cash if need be. Yes, yes, quite, quite, pip, pip.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. LeBeau.
Yes, yes, quite, quite. Mr. Crowin, it will be a pleasure seeing you first thing in the morning. Please meet me in my office. Yes, yes, quite, quite, pip, pip. Wherever he is.
Of course. That's Carmine.
Yes, yes. And I would love to talk about some areas I've been thinking about going over, changing. And he looks around, and you, Miss, I'm sorry, what is your last name?
Ivanov.
Ivanov. Yes, yes, very authentic. You have very tasteful artwork. I cannot
Oh,
wait to display some in the homeless shelters around here. Yes, yes, quite, quite, pip, pip.
oh, it's always a pleasure to meet a fan.
Yes, yes, quite, quite.
You are certainly an interesting gentleman.
That certainly is a word.
Oh, you flatter me so much. Yes, yes, quite, quite. You don't know the half of it.
I'm sure I don't, and I don't want to.
He looks at his phone. Ah, yes. Will you please bring the call round? We have a urgent matter to attend to.
Of course.
Thank you. Yes, yes.
Of course.
And he starts buttoning up his coat, and he grabs his cane. Yes, yes. It's been a pleasure. I hope to see you all again soon for something like this. Perhaps at the casino. Grand opening. You can have VIP passes. Yes, yes. Quite, quite. Pip, pip.
And with that, Remy leaves. I do
As
want
he
to say,
gets,
yeah,
go ahead.
I was actually going to say that. I was going to. So your your manservant pulls the car around. Describe the car.
It's a limo.
So he pulls the limo around.
He tips his hat and gets in, and he starts unbuttoning his coat. All right, take me to the back behind Walmart. Let's go. And he
Which
just
Walmart?
Lol, what?
Which Walmart, sir?
we're meeting with. He pulls out his phone. John behind Lex Springmill. He caught the rat, and he taps his hand on the cane. Let's make it quick tonight. I need to go home and go to bed.
Very well, sir. Perhaps the Lincoln would be a better vehicle to ride in on this excursion.
Stop at the house and let's grab the little rogue for this as well. I need to clean her after this, anyways.
Very good. And we will
Yes.
cut you there. So, who is going to be the next one to depart?
Well, I should probably see about that job that I got a call about.
All right. Good luck on your next job, Francis.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise. Likewise. Like I go out to my van. Just have a white van.
Yeah, it's totally a pedo van.
It is.
Yeah, pedo van.
The only reason people don't buy more of my art is because I just hang out my van like, hey, want to see my art? It's really good.
Honestly, what I feel like it is it's a pedo van, but actually labeled.
Yes. Yeah, that's good.
Maybe he should try putting some of his art on the van.
Probably has.
Yeah, I should do that. Let me get my van and drive off.
Okay, so after that it's Clayton, Sophia, and Rowan. Rowan is not actually going to be the one to leave, though.
No, she's cleaning things off and whatnot, and reminds Mr. Carmine that he said he would take a look at that one cabinet in her kitchen.
Of course.
Oh, Miss Wren, is it?
Yes.
It was absolutely wonderful to meet you. Can I have your phone number or your address so I can send you that print?
Actually, I have a business card over here.
Oh, thank you. It was really great to meet you. And you too, Mr. Carmine, was it?
Yes. Pleasure to meet you as well.
I'll be seeing you all soon, hopefully. It was wonderful to meet you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Miss Ivanoff. I
Take
wish to
care.
state, I wish to state that the little business card actually has a in the corner. It's Grimalkin sitting up,
Oh.
just sort of batting at a piece of string. Like he's standing on his hind legs, batting at a piece of string.
Such a good kitty.
And the artwork is pixelated, done by Francis.
Yep.
Yes.
He owed her a favor.
Yes.
Okay. So Clayton and Francis, and not Francis, but Rowan go back to the kitchen to look at the cabinet. We will go ahead and call it a session there.
Yay.
Like this is
Alright.
about 3 hours of a session, 2 hours 45 minutes. So,
Alright.
good point to call the session for session 0. Y'all feeling comfortable with your characters?
Yeah.
Yes,
A lot
yes.
of fun.
Oh God.
You're looking forward to when I actually give you guys plot to deal with?
Yeah.
Alright, well, thank you very much for joining us for this session 0. Look out for on a couple of days, like, hopefully, from the time this is uploaded to the next day when wait, no, we're not doing that session, so, a couple weeks from now, we're going to have the first official story session.
Yay!
Thank you for coming. Anyone have personal plugs they want to do for channels, Twitter accounts, DeviantArts? Is that still a thing?
I don't do that sort of stuff.
Dr. DM Potato, do you have a plug you want to make?
I do not.
Okay then. I guess I'm the only one who's doing creative stuff in this group. I'm the only one working. I put bread on this table. No, I don't. Y'all have a good time. Bye.